Good afternoon, parents, teachers, and students who are now online. Thank you very much for accepting this invitation. And to those who are online right now, thank you very much. And I want to give you thanks to accept this invitation. This is a public space and an online space where we can learn different ideas and we can share different ideas about a literacy time, right? In this literacy time, we are going to share different aspects and different knowledge. And if you are an expert of nutrition or medicine, you can just speak because the microphones are open, and you can just interrupt and talk about the topic that we are going to talk about today. In the name of the CGB Library, we want to express our gratitude for being here. And this online space is an initiative to open cultural spaces as the library as librarians, and also to share different knowledge in this quarantine time. So the idea with these spaces is to create that culture for reading, for sharing all together different aspects and topics about different areas that we can learn each other about different things that maybe we can know, and it is very important to share in these quarantine times. Okay. Let me introduce myself. I am Juan Camilo Hernandez. I am the librarian of the CGB. And today we are going to talk about our first class. Every day we are going to do these virtual spaces. The first virtual video is going to be in Spanish, and this second one is going to be in English. It's going to be no more than 35 minutes, and depending on the participation of you, where we can expand or we can shorten the video. Okay. This first time is about healthy habits. I am a professional librarian, but a part of being a professional librarian, I am a gastronome, a professional gastronome, and a professional chef. And also I have a major specialization in nutrition and health. So this time we are going to talk about health. And if you are an expert, as I mentioned before, in medicine or nutrition, you can just open because the microphones are open if you want to say something about it. This time, with this logo, I want to live healthy. It's about a reflection, the importance to live healthy in these days of quarantine, especially where we are doing different activities, especially our habits have changed a lot. So I'm going to recommend these 8 healthy habits that maybe we can put into practice right now in our homes. Okay. These 8 healthy habits that we're going to discuss a little bit about is about, as you can see in the screen, the first habit is drink natural water. It is absolutely recommended to eat 8 glasses of water or a liter of water every day. A good recommendation is that you can drink only water, or if you want, you can drink water with fruits in it or some species, right? You can use fruits. You can add some fruits in your water to enrich the vitamins that you are drinking, right? So my recommendation is not only drinking just water, But if you want to add some things, some fruit, some species, you can add it freely, right? This is going to be a delicious drink, but the recommendation is to drink 8 glasses of water, right? You can broil some fruit, and when the fruit um, there, maybe you can leave the fruits. When the fruit is ready, you can add the fruit into the water, and it's going to enrich the drink you are going to drink. The second recommendation for today is eat well, right? Eat well. In these times of quarantine, we need to control the way we are eating. We need to put into a balance different aspects, like the carbohydrates we are eating, the proteins, and the vitamins. Yes, we are talking about here the micronutrients and the macro nutrients and the micro or micronutrients, right? So when we are going to put into a balance the correct way, we are going to eat our healthy plate, right? We need to balance properly the carbohydrates we are eating, the proteins we are eating, and also the vitamins, right? Especially in these times when we are not doing a hard physical activity, we need to supervise how much energy we are eating. Why? Why? Because if we eat a lot of energy and we don't burn these calories, maybe we can suffer different illness like obesity, right? So this is how we are going to talk about the very narrow relationship that we have in physical activity and eating, right? The physical activity is our next recommendation or our next healthy habit, right? Our healthy habit is crucial. Our physical activity is crucial for our bodies, because we are going to exercise our muscles. We are going to exercise our joints. So when we put into practice this, we are going to keep our bones healthy, our muscles healthy, our joints healthy. So that's why it's very important that every day in the mornings we do some exercise. We highly recommend to do at least 30 minutes of exercise every day. We can start stretching ourselves. We can start with a short session of stretching, right? We can use our house. We can use different areas of our house as a gym, right? We can use the bench, we can use the table, we can use the chairs as machines to do our exercise. We can throw, we can jump, we can do some different exercises that can exercise our muscles, right? We can do some pull-ups, we can do some abs, etc. The idea is that every day we can control the way we are doing exercise, right? Our next habit is the proper rest. Yes, it is very important to rest the necessary time, and we highly recommend to sleep at least between 6 and 8 hours every day. Maybe young people or children, yes, boys and girls can sleep like 10 hours, right? Like 10 hours a day, right? It's very important to recover our energy, because this is going to increase the energy, and our organs, our internal organs are going to be healthy, right? So every day we need to make sure to sleep the necessary time. But the recommendation I'm going to give is you need to do some physical activity every day during the day, because if we don't do the correct activity during the day, we're not going to have tired enough to sleep at night, right? So if that's why we need to get tired during the day in order to sleep properly during or at night, right? So my recommendation is, before to go to bed, please don't eat too much food, right? Make sure that the food you're going to eat, it's not abundant. Make sure that the food that you're going to eat is going to be, you're going to eat it 4 hours or 2 hours before going to sleep, right? Because if we eat a half an hour before, our stomach or our organs are going to be very active, and this is going to do something wrong for our sleeping time, right? So another recommendation is that we need to sleep 2 hours before midnight, yes, because it is well known and scientists says that we recover more and our organs are well recovered 2 hours before midnight than during the whole rest of the night, right? That's why we need to sleep our correct 8 hours, right? And also before midnight, right? Because our organs have to be in good way to be active next day. Another thing, and a very good recommendation is, please don't use laptops, cell phones, or a very brilliant screen before going to bed. Because if you check your phone, or check your iPad before going to sleep, your brain is going to be very active and you're not going to sleep in the right way, because your brain is going to be like in a defensive way, and it is not going to sleep properly. So that's why it costs a little bit to fall asleep, because your brain is very active before to sleep. So my recommendation is not to use the screen at least 1 hour before going to bed. Okay. The next habits is large breakfast and small dinner, right? The breakfast is the main food of the day. Yes, make sure that your breakfast has all the elements, all the vitamins, and remember that when you eat, you have to put in a balance. Every meal has to have the balance between carbohydrates, proteins, and vitamins, right? Legumes or vegetables is also recommendable to be included in your diet. All right. Remember that if you want to say something, the microphones are open if you want to share something. All right. Okay. There is an old saying that says that our breakfast has to be like kings. Our lunch has to be like, we have to eat in our lunchtime like a prince, and we have to have dinner like a servant, right? That is the saying, and it's totally true, because if we eat a lot before going to bed, it's not going to be healthy at all. And the main food that we have to eat is the breakfast time. Make sure to eat small portions of fruits, vegetables, and carbohydrates, etc. In the breakfast, right? Okay, very good. Another habit is a positive attitude. A positive attitude, right? Always have good sense of humor, right? As much as you can. Always smile. Avoid fighting or arguing with your family or a family member, if you have some troubles or you have some problems at home, that to go to the terrace and breathe in, breathe out, take some fresh air, some rays of the good sun, but avoid potentially to discuss, because when you get angry easily, there are some chemicals, some substance, or some liquids, if we can say this, or certain things that happens in our brain and in our body that will disturb our well functioning of our brain. Okay, so please have always a good attitude, a positive attitude when you are at home in these cases, when we are confined and we are in these quarantine times. Another recommendation is self-control, the temperance, right? The self-control is very important in all our routines that we do every day. Okay, so this is very important because you need to balance every aspect of your life. You don't have to go into an extreme aspect. For example, if you drink a lot of water, more than that is recommended, is also it's not good for your health. And what happens if you eat a lot and you eat a lot, even healthy food? So maybe it can damage your organs and your metabolism. So what happens if I rest more than 8 hours and I lay into bed, or I sleep a lot or more than it is recommended? Your organs are going to be so relaxed that maybe has to transport a lot of blood into your body, and a lot of oxygen is going to take place, and maybe this is going to cause some illness or some issues into your body, into your heart. So your heart is going to transport a lot of blood into your body, and this can cause different problems of oxygen and certain problems in your body, even when you rest more than it is recommended, right? Because your organs are so relaxed, right, that this can cause problems of obesity or something like that. Okay, what happens if, for example, if you do a lot of physical activity? It is also bad, right? Because you have to self-control in every aspect of your things that you do every single day. And finally, we are going to talk about the 8 healthy habits. Is be happy. It doesn't matter what happens, right? Be happy. Of course, we are going to have difficult times and problems, or maybe economical situations or something like this, but it is always be happy. That doesn't mean that you have to smile all the time, right? But it is something that is into your heart, that you have that refreshment, that you have that peace into your heart. It is very important to be in peace, to be happy, right? With your family, with your friends, with your wife or husband, or with your God. It doesn't matter what God is. Okay, we are experts in saving lives and advising, but are we saving ours? Sometimes we resolve the problems for many people. We save many lives as doctors or nutritionists or something, but we don't pay attention to our own lives. Preventive medicine is better than healing, and it's totally truth, right? Now that we have the opportunity to prevent many things, so now that we have health, we need to make sure to always be healthy and avoid eating things that maybe can damage our organism. Hippocrates says, may your food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food. This is a very classic, and it is totally truth. Yes, we need to be conscious that we have to eat not for pleasure, but yes, we have to eat for pleasure sometimes, but not always for pleasure, because there are certain food or or yes, food in the market that not always is healthy for our bodies. Okay, habit one, eat well. Is food the same as nutrition? What do you think? Okay, let's discuss a little bit about this. What do you think? Is food the same as nutrition? Okay, food, it is a voluntary, educable, and conscious process that consists of the choice, preparation, and ingestion of food. Yes, we decide what to eat. Yes, but not all the the food we eat is considered food. Yes, because food has to have certain characteristics that has to provide us certain elements, vitamins, nutrients that we need to make sure that we are eating, right? Not all food is food, right? For example, there are food that contains a lot of sugar and only sugar, yeah? And yeah, what do you think it is, food or not? Yes? What do you think about soda? Is a soda food, or what do you think? All right, because not all the food that we eat is considered food in terms of nutrition. So what do you think about nutrition? Nutrition, it is an involuntary and unconscious process by which the organism transforms food through four processes: digestion, respiration, circulation, and excretion, right? So that can be used for our cells. Very good. Food is all the natural and industrialized products that we consume to cover a psychological need or hunger. And nutrients are substances found in food that the body needs to perform different functions and maintain health. There are 5 types of nutrients called proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals, right? So today in our industry, in our world, we have a situation, and it is called the products that are very industrialized. Yes, these products are very refined, and these products don't have the fiber, the proper fiber that make our organism strong. Right now, we have different people that are very weak in their digestion because they're not used to eating the proper fiber to keep the organism strong and healthy, right? Today we have celiac problem. For example, we are intolerant with the gluten, yes, the protein of the flour. So this means that this doesn't happen many years ago. Yes, the civilizations, the last civilizations many years ago didn't suffer this problem because, as you know, they ate more and more products that weren't industrialized. So we need to be conscious today that these industrialized products are not always are good for our health. So please, my recommendation is try to eat natural food as possible. Yes, with a lot of fiber in it. Very good. This is all for now. Thank you very much for being in our session today about nutrition, about some healthy habits. Thank you for participating and for being here in this session. In the name of the CGB Library, thank you very much for being and for participating actively in this collaborative session and an online session about culture, about books, and about library. Thank you very much, and see you next time. See you tomorrow at 2 with our second topic of the day. Thank you very much. You can see the schedules and yes, and the dates. And please schedule yourself in these important topics. Okay, thank you very much, and have a wonderful rest of day, and have a wonderful rest of week. Thank you very much.